In our previous class, we discussed about the charge, mass and the size of the nucleus. Let us discuss about the spin and magnetic moment of the nucleus. Before we are dealing with the magnetic moment of the nucleus, let us examine the magnetic moment of the electron, because electron is familiar to us. Then we can apply the same situation to the in the case of nucleus. So magnetic moment, we know that the electric dipole moment of the charged particle is given by q into d. If two equal and opposite charge q displaced by a small distance d, then electric dipole moment is equal to q into d, that is charge into distance. In the case of magnetic dipole, it's have a north pole and south pole. It have magnetic moment mu is equal to I into a. In the case of electric dipole, we know that q charge into the displacement d. Here instead of q we have I, the current, and instead of d we have the area A. So the magnetic dipole moment mu is equal to I into A. So we are going to calculate what is mu. We know that what is current I is equal to charge divided by the t is time period. Suppose when an electron is revolving round in a circular orbit, the time period is given by distance covered divided by the velocity. So that is distance covered is 2 pi r and v is the velocity. So time period is equal to 2 pi r by v. In the case of an electron, what is charge? Charge is 1 e. So when we substitute t and c in this equation, you will get this I is equal to E. Instead of charge we have E. T is 2 pi r divided by V. So EV divided by 2 pi r is the current I. So let us redefine the equation of the magnetic dipole moment. Mu is equal to minus EV divided by 2 pi r, that is I, into area. Here the electron is revolving in a circular orbit, its area is 2 pi r. So mu is equal to EVR divided by 2 pi r into pi r square. So this pi and pi get cancelled, r and r get cancelled. So you will get the magnetic dipole moment mu as minus EVR divided by 2. Okay. We know that the angular momentum of the electron is a charged particle which is revolving in a circular orbit. So the angular momentum L is equal to mvr. So when we substitute this mvr to the equation of mu, you will get, so we multiply and divide by m in this equation. So you will get mvr E divided by 2m. This m and m will cancel and you will get this expression. So this is the expression. So why we do like this? Because we can write mvr as L. In order to incorporate the angular momentum into this equation, we are multiplying this equation and multiply and divide this equation by m. So mvr is nothing but its angular momentum. So mu is equal to minus E, this E into L divided by 2m. If a particle has a charge and it have an angular momentum, then this particle should have a magnetic dipole moment. So the magnetic dipole moment arises because of the charge and its angular momentum. If a particle have a charge and is it in a rotational motion, due to rotation motion, particle will get an angular momentum. As a result of this, a magnetic dipole moment is arising to that particle. Normally, a magnet will have a magnetic moment. Normally, magnet have magnetic moment, but a charged particle, which is undergo a rotational motion, also have a magnetic dipole moment because of its charge and its motion. Okay, so if a particle have a charge and angular momentum, it should have a magnetic moment associated with it, as normally it is represented by a letter mu. Okay, so the orbital angular momentum arises due to its rotational motion. Thus, we know that the electron have a spin motion also. Due to this spin motion, there is an angular momentum associated with the particle. That angular momentum is known as spin angular momentum. Okay. So, due to orbital angular momentum, it have a magnetic moment known as orbital magnetic moment, and due to spin motion it have a magnetic moment which is known as spin magnetic moment. And the difference is that in orbital angular momentum, its angular momentum is represented by capital letter L, that is orbital angular momentum, and in the case of a spin motion, L is replaced by S. S is the spin it's spin angular momentum. S is spin angular momentum. So, orbital and spin angular momentum contribute its magnetic moment. So, total magnetic moment will be a vector sum of the spin magnetic moment and orbital magnetic moment. The spin magnetic moment mu s is given by Gs, it's a correction factor, into Es divided by 2m. We know that the magnetic expression for the magnetic moment is E into angular momentum divided by 2m. Instead, here the angular momentum is spin angular momentum. So, the spin magnetic moment is Es. This is an correction factor. This Ges divided by 2m. And the orbital magnetic moment is Gl into El divided by 2m. So, electron in motion behave as a bar magnet. And electrons behaves as a bar magnet. Similarly, the charged particles. In quantum mechanical point of view, L is given by the angular momentum, orbital angular momentum is given by square root of L into L plus 1 into h cut, where h cut is h by 2 pi, where h is the Planck's constant, h by 2 pi is known as h cut. So, here L is given by square root of L into L plus 1 into h cut. So, this is h cut. And the z component of orbital angular momentum Lz is given by ml into h cut. So, L is the quantum number. L is the orbital angular momentum quantum number. It's a scalar quantity, it's small l, but capital L is a vector quantity. So, similarly, S is given by square root of S into S plus 1 into h cut. So, the magnetic moment, when you substitute for L and S from this expression, you will get the magnetic moment of the orbital motion when we divide and multiply by h cut. This expression, we divide and multiply by h cut, you will get this magnetic moment, orbital magnetic moment is given by minus GL into E h cut divided by 2m divided by L by h cut. This h cut and h cut will cancel and you will get the expression, similar expression, EL divided by 2m. So, E h cut divided by 2m into L by h cut. This E h cut divided by 2m is known as the Bohr magneton. E h cut divided by 2m is known as the Bohr magneton. So, what is a Bohr magneton? Bohr magneton is nothing but E h cut by 2m. So, mu L is given by E by 2m into L, where L is the orbital angular momentum. This L is given by square root of L into L plus 1 into h cut. So, you will get E h cut divided by 2m into square root of L into L plus 1, where m is the mass of that charged particle. Mu L is given by mu n. E h cut by 2m is known as the, in the case of nucleons. So, when we take the expression for electron to the case of nucleons also charged particle, E h cut by 2m, where m is the mass of the nucleon mass. So EH cut divided by 2m is equal to mu n into square root of L into L plus 1, L into L plus 1, where mu n is known as the nuclear magneton. Just like Bohr magneton, what we discussed in the case of electron, this EH cut divided by 2m for nucleon is known as the nuclear magneton, that is mu n. So its value is here. You just think, read about it. And mu n divided by mu b is equal to this, is inversely proportional to its mass. So mu n divided by mu b is equal to me divided by mn. This is 1836. Okay. So let us discuss about the spin magnetic moment. The spin magnetic moment usually notated by mu s, that is equal to Gs into Es divided by 2m. Both protons and neutrons have spin magnetic dipole moment. We may think, why this neutron have a magnetic moment? Because its charge is 0. But it have some magnetic moment due to its internal charge structure. We already discussed about the quark structure. So it have some internal charges. Due to that, this neutron also have a spin magnetic moment. So what happens when this particle is placed in a magnetic field? This charged particles which is under motion is placed in a magnetic field. Then it have a potential energy. It will acquire some potential energy that is given by W is equal to minus mu dot B. So W is equal to minus mu dot B. This is because this particle have a magnetic moment. So when it is placed in an external magnetic field B is an external magnetic field. When the charged particle having mu is placed in an external magnetic field, it will have an additional energy, potential energy, W is equal to minus mu dot B. So this energy depends upon its orientation, whether mu is parallel to B, W is equal to minus mu into B. When they are anti-parallel, its energy is positive, mu into B plus mu into B, because of this anti-parallel direction. So this W is equal to mu B cos theta. So when it's anti-parallel, its energy is positive. So when the particles, when this magnetic field and this magnetic dipole moment are parallel, it is in the lower energy state. When they are in the anti-parallel state, it has some higher energy. It will be in the higher energy state. So the W is equal to minus mu dot B, or mu is equal to I into A. So the magnetic dipole moment in a magnetic field will possess potential energy which depends upon the orientation with respect to magnetic field. Since magnetic sources are inherently dipole sources which can be visualized as a current loop with current I and area A, the energy is usually expressed in terms of magnetic dipole moment. The magnetic dipole moment and U is equal to potential energy is equal to W is equal to minus mu dot B.